There we go. Hello. Picking up from what I was doing last night, the 8,000 light year dash turned into a 12,000 light year dash. I finished the rest of it off stream, and I made it to the Zura. The second time I've been there. But when I came out here on my main account, I didn't go to see the Project Dynasty sites because I wasn't aware of them or their significance. So I figured today I can make a quick dash over to the Project Dynasty sites and check out the lore involved with that. And to stave off space madness, it's nice to have people to talk to, or at least be talking to myself, and it doesn't make me sound crazy if I'm streaming and I'm talking to myself, so it definitely helped yesterday for sure. So we got 3,000 light years to go. Should be like 90 some jumps. No, 74 jumps. Alright, we're doing good. Because I get across the rift and I'm just like, Heisenberg Bridge? What Heisenberg Bridge? I have 55 light year jump range, so let's get to it. It's so black out here, I could not see. There was nothing to judge that pitch in the background. That was very odd. Because I was pitching down very fast and it didn't look like I was, at least on the screen, and that's very nerve-wracking to me. Hey, hello, Nuke. How's it going, bud? Been discovered. So I'm doing kind of like casual exploring. So I'm going out for high values, not typically tagging the whole system if it's just phage bowls, which will make a lot of explorers cringe, but it's fine. Yeah, let's see here. Go get that one. That's worth some muns. It's not too far away. I'm hoping a lot of this will be speedrun-ish, where I don't have to spend much time in each system. I made really good time yesterday. I was expecting that 8,000 light years to take me maybe 8 hours. It ended up only taking me, of course I was judging that on a 50 light year jump range, 3-minute average stop in each system, so some systems blow through in less than a minute. Some systems I'd have to go scan stuff. I ended up doing it in like around 5.5. So that was worth. So I'm actually surprised, because it's nice the new engineering easily, and that's not even completely maxed out right there. It can go further. But for how young this account is, that's pretty good. Like, I'll take that jump range all day. Alright, we got a water world. Let's see the info on that water world. Is it terraformable? Yeah, that's a good one. So that's 300k. And nice, dude. So this is like my casual road to riches. And I've done pretty good. I'm gonna have a good payday when I get back. Just gotta be careful on these planetary landings coming up. Just take it nice and slow. I have the system map hotkey. That looks interesting. I think that's high metal content though. Wait for the star to get tagged. Okay, star's tagged. Check that boy out. Yeah, it's high metal content. I'm gonna skip on that one. Heat levels? What heat levels? This is Diamondback. You can push this thing pretty far, and I love it. It's not even a low heat power plant either. It's a grade 1 overcharge with stripped down. So not even the best heat efficiency. I should probably check on my FSD just to see for reasons here. I guess I could be skim scooping it probably a little faster. I think I'll start doing that. I won't come back for the star unless it hasn't been scanned. That's what I was doing on the way out. And then I started going this way because I was running into Tader space. Where everything out there was mine. Or undiscovered, and now it was going to be mine. Frameshift drive charging. 71 jumps. That's the thing. You don't want to. Oh, hey Sam, how's it going, buddy? I am back. I'm actually back to my nice Monday stream slot that you always are able to show up for. And it'll be good. We're doing a little bit of lore related stuff today. I went to the Zura last night, and if you want, I can play the logs for you if you're interested in some lore type stuff. And we're gonna go to one of the Project Dynasty. Well, actually, there's 4 out here, so I'm gonna hit them all and see what the logs say. I'm hoping they're voice active, but I can't remember if they're voice acted or not. Yeah. So this is a good reason to skim. It saves me a little time on the jump. Probably saves me a good 30 seconds of acceleration. Oh, hello. Yeah, well, when we get to the first site, I'll stop and play the logs. They're pretty interesting. Skim scoop. For a fuel scoop, no problem. Ooh, that's a high metal content, I think. Yep, high metal content. Nice bright boy. I like these bright white stars. They look cool. I also made it out to a nebula yesterday. It took like a 30-minute detour trying to home in on a nebula that I'd seen on my first trip out. And it was worth. It's pretty cool. We'll probably be able to see it on the way back. I'll point it out. Probably see it from here. I just gotta find where it's at. It's a very obvious set of stars, but I'll point it out when I see it. Oh, well, heck and heck. We'll lure it right now then. They don't take that long. We'll head out to this boy right here. That's a good payday, even though it's a high metal content. We'll lure on our way out there. How's that sound? There we go. Let me pause the music real quick.
The managed to overpower the invaders, but not before they took out the main reactor. We're dead, in space, with 20 minutes of life support left. Didn't get nothing out of them before they died, but clearly it was all planned. They took a drug which killed them. Doc says it's named Hex-Edit. First it kills your memories, then it kills you. Neat and tidy. So, we're dead. Just waiting for the end. This will be the last log from the Zurara. Some of the crew have already killed themselves. Others are praying to whatever deity they believe might help them. A few are drinking themselves into oblivion. I don't know what'll get us first. The lack of oxygen or the cold. Battery power's about to die.
Thank you.
Me? I'm leaving this log. This far out, I doubt anyone will ever hear it, but... well, what the hell? We all signed up for the promise of big payouts. A year of your life in exchange for enough to retire on. I guess I should have looked closer at it. But you would have probably done the same, right? No need to work again. What's clear now is whoever was behind this mission never intended for any of us to come back. Damn, it's cold in here now. The folks managing the cargo, jeez, they were all psychos. The moment we completed the mission, they just snapped. Killed the ship and killed themselves. Some kind of mental conditioning, Doc said. We tried to get word out to the other vessels when we found out. We got a signal out, but I don't know if anyone received it. It'll probably freak them out. I don't think they know we're here. We dropped a series of beacons out here, all targeted around Earth-like, terraformable worlds. We prepped some of the terraform candidates with CETAs and biofilters. No one can figure out why it was necessary, but that was the mission. Just as we were turning back, boom, those cargo handlers went nuts.
Very tricky. I'll go to this one while we're reading the other log. Oh, come on. The mail thing's kind of bugging out a little bit.
So, that's it. We don't even know why we've been killed. But someone out there knows. Someone out there has blood on their hands. A lot of it. If you figure it out, you give them a message from us. You know what I mean? Funny. We were told there was something bad out here. That was haunted by ghosts. I just never figured it'd be us doing the haunting.
Poor guys. And now here comes some more lore.
So, this is what they were hiding. I'm leaving the old logs for reference. I might need to come back this way again and re-educate myself. Chances are my memory will get zapped again. If I don't make it, I'll have to leave clues for others to follow. So, if you're reading this and you're not me, here's the deal.
Oops. That's kind of what we're going to see today. I messed up my buttons. There we go. Leap of swag that guy. Perfect.
Found this ship. It took me years. This is the evidence. Nothing inside but void frozen cadavers, perfectly preserved, some with drinks still in their hands. But the log. They sent these poor souls out here because they needed waypoints, all prepped for every eventuality. 3 different zones, it would seem. There's a conspiracy. Guess you figured that out already, but it goes way up, way beyond the Feds, the Imps, and the Alliance. Something is coming. I don't know what it is, but it's bad, and it's all being hidden. All this weird stuff far out in the void. It's some kind of contingency plan. The answer to why and who is back in the core, not out here. That's where I'm going next. Wish me luck.
So apparently, there's this sneaky deaky group called the Club, and they made this thing called Project Dynasty, and they're like basically like outposts and stuff where you'd send like the last remnants of humanity if something happened with the bubble, like Thargoids, Guardians, or some worse race coming back and causing havoc. And it's kind of happening right now with the Thargoids, but Thargoid thing's questionable because like Aegis is sneaky too, and Aegis might be, could be involved in stuff, and like we might not be right in fighting the Thargoids. There's like a lot of like tinfoil hatty stuff, but some of it could be true, some of it couldn't be. I'm not an expert on it. You'd want to refer to someone like DJ Truthsayer, who is very much involved with knowing the lore a lot more than me. I have a very minimum grasp on the lore. But yeah. And I think... no, the Salome thing was before the Zurah. So yeah. So what we're going to right now are some like planetary settlements that are related to Project Dynasty. Hey Spooky, how's it going?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, pretty much. And there was bases out in the Formidine Rift, which is where I'm at right now. And hold on. There was the Conflux and the Hawkins Gap. So 3 different areas that have settlements and stuff. And the lady was talking about, 3 different zones. It's probably, for people from the Feds, Empire, and Alliance. Well, the installations I'm going to are not on terraformed planets, but there's lots of water worlds and stuff out here, so that there hasn't been any evidence around any water worlds that I've come across that there's Project Dynasty related stuff going on. Like no beacons or anything that I've run into, and I've checked out pretty much every water world I've come across out here. So it's either not the game yet, or someone hasn't found them yet. So that's a thing. But I'm going to be checking out some surface installations before I go back. And it is on the way back to the bubble, so It's not like I'm taking like a huge detour. In contrast, my path out here is actually a slight detour. So I had to kind of go back to get across the rift. So I kind of zigzag on the way out, and there's a slight zigzag on the way back here, but no, it's not as much of a zigzag as when I came out here, I believe. Okay, these are all tagged. Cool. That's great. And it's really easy to keep the tank topped off out here because I'm not using a max jump range because the stars are very thin where I'm at. There's not a lot of stars around.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And before engineering, you'd actually have to take this path through the rift.
And I forget the name of the guy. It's Heisenberg with some numbers after it was his commander name. That's why they call it the Heisenberg Bridge, because he's the one who figured out the route to take to get across it. And you have to have minimum 35 light year jump range, I believe. And you might, you know, probably be able to use some jumponium too if you needed it, but I believe that's the minimum jump range you need to get across the Heisenberg Bridge. I don't know why I'm scanning that. I don't need to. It's like a slightly more payday. So I need to get a move on. And I don't expect to find too many unexplored systems out here because of the line I'm taking from the Zura. So this is kind of, you know, considering how far away this is from the bubble, it's still a pretty well-beaten path. So I'm not expecting to find many unexplored places.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Some binary action. There we go. That's a nice max range jump right there. Yeah, this looks like it's Pipsky space and also Dynasty. Yeah, I can't even. Dynasty geek. I guess that's the best I could pronounce that.
Frameshift drive charging.
I was gonna look for that nebula too, but closer to it pretty soon, I think. Oh, turn music back on too. It's a nice big star. I like this guy. What kind of star is that? Class B. Yeah, nothing really out here I want. Interesting system makeup though, just a bunch of brown dwarfs and stuff. Nope. Still in very much explored space. Let's see what we're looking like. Yeah, we're getting through the, we're taking a nice beeline through the rift here. For sure. That's pretty cool. That's where I went, the NGC place, that's where I went to grab an Earth like that, or his water world that I missed. My first time coming out here on my main, so I went and picked that off with my, my alt account. So I can tag that.
Fuel scooping.
Let's keep doing some nice aggressive scoops, and I don't have to stop for fuel very often. That felt really weird gravity-wise, right there. It would have been really interesting if I'd actually taken my Eagle out here, but that would take it a lot longer. And I didn't want to spend that much time out here. So the Diamondback is the best boy for it. Like, how do they know if they were actually the first person to find it? It doesn't get updated in the system map until they actually go and sell the data. So you don't get that name tag unless you make it back to a station to sell the data, and then the tag pops into game. So I'll give you an example of that after I start charging here. Actually, I could grab one of those maybe. So like this one right here, it's unexplored and there's no name tag. So if I went and scanned this, when I went back and sold the data for the system, it would give me the name tag for that planet. So like another example here. This guy right here is the place I went to on my 8,000 light year dash. Let's see if I can get this up here quick enough before it jumps. I'm probably not going to be able to, it's probably going to jump. See right out here? I'll do it when I'm not trying to charge for a jump. That was a little too ambitious. It's a little too ambitious to try to do that. It does, however, update on Elite Dangerous Star Map as soon as you get it, though. So, like, I've gotten the badges for Earth-like worlds, Earth-like world, Ammonia world, Water world, Neutron Star. I got all those badges yesterday because I found some that weren't tagged. It's Water world, I think. You think that's Water world? Oh, yeah, that's probably a thing. And in some instances, points of interest that would have been added, you want to have to go and do some more digging work, like how I was finding the brain trees. Like, until brain trees were a thing, you could have gone to where I was at. You know, until they put them in the game, they wouldn't have been there, as far as I'm, you know. But yeah, if something gets added, you might have to go back and scan it. And that's the nice thing about the new exploration update, is going to make it easier to find stuff like that. And so you're going to be able to send out probes to map planetary surfaces ideally you'll be able to find stuff a lot easier than trying to fly over it and look for points of interest. Because there is you have a point of interest scanner. It can help you find, you know, random installations that install, appear, spawn, yes, spawn, yes. They get installed by like NPCs randomly. And then there's stuff like the brain trees and volcanic eruptions and geysers and stuff like that that you can find using that POI scanner as well. But it's a little bit more difficult to do right now. But the new system is supposed to make that easier. So that's the thing I took the 8,000 light year trip out to tag. And it's terraformable, so that's cool. So we got 407 Kelvin. It's a little hot, but gravity's nice. Atmosphere's nice. It's got some volcanism, so that's probably good. It's probably got like a, you know, good core going on, maybe a good magnetosphere. And then got a good atmosphere makeup. A little low on the oxygen. You'd be like struggling for breath a little bit on the surface, but it wouldn't be too bad. You'd be like living at a high altitude, but on the surface. See, I tagged this star on my other account, and I just like didn't tag the rest of the system. Like, I don't know if I was just going through too quickly or what, but like I bookmarked the system, and I didn't go out and tag the water world out here. So why I didn't do that, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't tag it with my main account, but I tagged it with my alt, so it's all good. And I believe the Zura itself was, like, the location was in the game. I gotta confirm this, but I think there was just like a placeholder ship. Well, no, that's Kelvin. That's degrees Kelvin. It's degrees Kelvin. So it's different. And it's not even, you can't even say degrees Kelvin. Kelvin isn't degrees, it's just Kelvin. So let's say that was like 404 Kelvin. Let's see what that is. Oh, so it is, okay, so you converted it. So that's terraformable. Yeah, apparently that's terraformable. Don't ask me how. Yeah, I didn't know where 400 was on the Kelvin scale. But yeah. Yeah, I just looked it up. I just Googled it, so yeah. I'm guessing you could probably change the chemistry of the atmosphere, maybe make less greenhouse effects with the technologies they would have in this world, in this universe, this elite universe. That's what my guess would be. It's like if we tried to like completely terraform Venus, which would be a pain in the ass. You have to like scrub all the crap out of the atmosphere, and it would take for flipping ever, and it'd be like near impossible. So like the best way to do Venus would be just like floating cities. And that'd be a heck of a way to go if you drop down like from one of the floating cities. You'd be dead before you hit the ground. Just it's way too hot. But like, and it's a lot of pressure too, I believe. So you know what? I haven't been to Sol, but I can check. See what the information on Venus is, just for reference. Whee! So yeah, we're 10,000 light years out from Sol right now. Venus. So yeah, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot, but like the gravity's good. Like it's good gravity. Not so good temperature. Not so good atmospheric pressure. Not so good atmosphere makeup. But like if you're able to scrub all that carbon dioxide out, you know, somehow, and like take away atmosphere somehow. You could maybe terraform it, but it'd be a lot of work. It'd be a lot of work. Look at that. Nice little Earth action there. And then you got Mars, which has been terraformed. I don't think I've shown you that. I don't think I've shown you that, Sam. But yeah, they terraformed Mars. I'm surprised the pressure's that high. Like, I'm surprised how they got it that high with such a low gravity. So it's weird. It's just weird to me. But the nice thing, if it's 2.3 atmospheres and it's only 8.7% oxygen, that's actually that'd be pretty close partial pressure to what you'd have on Earth normally with a 20%. So that would be like a 16, 17% equivalent partial pressure on Earth, from how I understand partial pressure of oxygen and all that. So that's kind of neat. I hadn't really checked the stats for Mars. That's like, I knew it'd be terraformed, but I hadn't checked the stats. And then Triton's off limits for some reason. Spooky.
Frameshift drive charging.
Double check, make sure I checked all this. Yep. Yeah, I'm not like a astronomy expert, but all that stuff kind of it's very interesting. Like, I love hearing people talk about it. Alright, man. Catch you later. Knowing how long this is going to take, I'll probably be on. So have a good meeting.
Fuel scooping.
What's this guy doing over here? Hello, sir. Nah, that's Rocky Body. I'm not going to take that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hello, Fox Omega. How are you?
Fuel scooping.
Ooh, that's maybe promising. I think that's high metal content.
Fuel scooping complete.
I think we got a lot of high metal contents here, which is not what I'm going for. Yeah, all high metals.
Frameshift
Moving on.
drive charging.
So since just joining the stream late here. Oh, it's been going good. I took care of some stuff in the morning, got some chores done, worked on my logbook a little bit. I can only sit hunched over a logbook, adding up numbers and stuff. For, you know, I can't do that for more than 2 hours. I gotta like do something else. So I'll take care of the rest of that later in the week. But figured I could do some more elite, because I gotta get myself back to the bubble before Wednesday night, because I need to buy some Cyto Scramblers. So I'm kind of speedrunning this exploration trip. I'm doing like a semi-speedrun exploration. And we're heading to the Project Dynasty sites out here near the Heart and Soul Nebula. We're out in Formidine Rift right now. And then when I'm back, I'll be able to unlock Professor Palin. So I'll have that little engineered tree done, which would be nice. At least that part of the engineered tree. But I think I need to go grab a couple more monster Marco coins. I'm not sure if I boosted him up as far as I need to. very much in treaded territory here. Yeah, I'm not going that far for beige balls. No way.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh really? How long have you had it? How long have you been playing? Oh yeah, well I mean feel free to ask any questions. I am by far not an expert in the game, but I've got over 2,000 hours, so I do know stuff. But I'm always learning things. This is
Fuel scoop disengaged.
definitely a game where you can always be learning something new. And just for reference to show you where we're at, I went out here, I was out to this place last night, and there's the bubble with all the engineers and stuff. Yeah, so it's like you're at the beginning stage where you're just trying to
Frameshift drive
get things going. Yeah, I didn't play it too much at first, not until like last summer is when it really started hitting me pretty hard. And you know, finding a group of players that fit your style is nice too. There's lots of player groups you can check out. And it's nice to have people to be able to link up with and do stuff, interact with. Highly recommended.
fuel scooping.
Ooh, Python. Python's a good girl. I'd say best girl exploration wise is Diamondback. And then Python is like another best girl. But it's good for like an armed combat trader. Diamondback, best exploring girl. Eagle, best speed demon girl, in my opinion. There's other ships that can go faster and be more maneuverable, but I'm a big fan of the Imperial Eagle for fun. And Python's great for doing medium pad trading, and you get passengers in it, and you can outfit it for combat. It's a great ship. I'm actually thinking of buying one when I get back, because I don't have one on this account. I have a Type 7 right now, which I like the Type 7. It's not the best ship, but for how cheap it is and what it's capable of for the price point, it's fun and it's reasonably maneuverable. It's like as maneuverable as the Python, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it feels that way.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, Cobra Mark 3 is solid though. You can do a lot in that. I ran a Cobra on my first account for quite a while. Because you can always swap stuff out if you need to do a little trading, do a little combat. It's very versatile. And if you can like engineer that, it's actually a pretty capable combat ship, PvP even, in my opinion. Like the Cobra is more like multi-role capable than the Diamondback that I'm in, even I believe. Because you can, I think it's got slightly more optional internal space if I'm not mistaken. But the Diamondback has the best stock jump range, and so that's why I like it for exploring. Because it's nice and quick and maneuverable in Super Cruise versus the Anaconda. The Anaconda's not too bad, but I prefer the Diamondback. Except on Distant Worlds 2, I'm going to take a crate, because crate's pretty fun. It scratches my itch for something with decent speed, and it's multi-crewable in case someone wants to hop out, you know, while we're on the expedition. That's nice to be able to bring a couple people along if there's something going on and they're not, you know, on the expedition, but they want to see what's going on, so I figure I should bring a multi-crewable ship, and the crate was a good choice. I should have it close to high 40s for the jump range. I haven't finished engineering it yet, I believe. But I'd say for someone that's just getting into it, maybe not a ton of credits, Diamondback's a really solid exploration ship. Asp Explorers too. I think you get one more optional internal in the Asp Explorer. So that's a thing. So you could have a cargo rack and an AM auto field maintenance unit, but for this loadout, I have to have a cargo rack or an auto field maintenance unit, so there's a little bit of a disadvantage to the Diamondback in that respect. So I left my cargo rack behind because I was using some neutrons, and I probably could have gotten away with it, but I didn't want to have to worry. And I didn't plan on picking up any cargo to bring back. No, it wasn't going to be a super long trip, and it's close enough to the bubble that if I did find something super secret, needed some cargo space, I could always, if it was a permanent instance, you know, setup thing, I could always dash back to the bubble and dash back. Speaking of that, check out my modules here. Yes, I'm only 95% on my frame shift drive. I've only done about 5 or 6 jetcon boosts, so hasn't been too bad. Don't know if you've done a jetcon boost yet, so you might be like, what the heck is he talking about? But there's neutron stars and white dwarf stars. You can fly into them with a fuel scoop. Ooh, that looks like an Earth-like. You can fly into them with a fuel scoop, and you can get a 25% increase to your jump range. That's a water world. I'll also go tag it. You can get a 25% increase to your jump range from a neutron star, or excuse me, a white dwarf star, and a 4 times increase in jump range from a white neutron. Yeah. So white dwarfs, 25% increase, neutron, 200% increase. So this ship will jump 220 light years-ish. I think I did a jump that was like 223 because I was slightly lower on fuel when I picked it up. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Oh, thanks for follow, Fox. Appreciate that. Yeah, so to get the... So I'll have to see if there's any along the route. I don't think there's any along my route right now. But when you're plotting, go to the galaxy map here, this second tab here is like stuff related to your jump plotting. So right now I have it set to fastest routes, and then also used jet cone boost. So if I look along my line here, you can see anywhere it's dotted, that means I wouldn't currently have the fuel to make it out here without scooping. So like right here, this is like the last star along my route, the last chance I have to scoop fuel, but the way I'm plotting it, pretty much all these stars are scoopable except for a few. Like you can't fuel scoop off a white dwarf or a neutron, or you know, certain other stars. Now what I'm looking for, I don't think I'm going to find one because I don't think there's a lot of neutrons and white dwarfs out here, but you'd be looking for a blue line on your plot. And it doesn't look like there is one. But that would tell you that for that section, that's counting on you taking advantage of the jet cone boost. But you have to be careful flying into them. So what I do is I usually approach, because it's also very hard to see the... Yeah, exactly. That's always better to be conservative with fuel. And with most exploration ships, you can have a fuel scoop where you can just be skimming like I'm doing, and I have plenty of fuel in reserve. But when you're approaching the jet cone, it comes out of the poles of the star. And they like wiggle around. They're very, very noticeable. You'll know it when you see it. And if you notice, I gotta kind of stop here. You notice this line here? This yellow line that's around the star, and it just disappeared right there. It'll usually appear when you're moving. See, like that? It's kind of disappears when I stop. That's the exclusion zone of the star. If I go to that, it's going to pull me out of Super Cruise. It'll do like an emergency stop and pull me out. And that's very hard to pick up on neutron stars. They don't show up very well for some reason. So it's easy to accidentally hop into the exclusion zone because it's pretty big relative to the size of the star. And so what you want to do is try to approach where you think you're outside the exclusion zone, approach perpendicular to the direction of the jet cone, and then turn up and fly away from the star as you're getting flying through the jet cone to get the boost. And yeah, it's pretty annoying. Yeah. Station's in the rings and you don't approach it quite right and you hit the rings instead. They get in your way. What's that? I think that's high metal content. Yep, high metal content.
Frameshift drive charging.
But it's fun, and there's a website that'll help you plot a bunch if you ever want to head to Colonia from the bubble. There's a website you can go to that'll help you plot a route that takes advantage of a lot of neutron stars and get you to Colonia very quickly. Alright, go for it. Shoot.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
You might actually. If it says route plotting failed, do you know what your jump range is right now? Because that's very much a thing. And I actually have a system that I really recommend you go to for meta alloys, and it'll be a cool attraction. I usually take people there as like a, oh yeah, you need a little bit more than 15 to get out to Maya. Yeah, because the stars are kind of far apart. So what do you so you're in the Cobra Mark III. Even in like my trading loadout, if I got a 4A FSD, I should be able to do at least like 20 unladen. Gonna want at least like 20, I believe. You could get that up to 25. You could strip it down for like a mild exploration build. And you can easily get that thing up to like 25, 30 light years, I believe, depending on what you carry. But you're gonna want to go with an A-class FSD. It's gonna be a little expensive. You might have to save up some money, but it's worth it. Totally worth it. Let me find you a place where I recommend you go. Yeah, you might need to strip some stuff off to save weight. The more weight you can save, the better your jump range is going to be. Like with this ship, it's fitted for exploration. It's fairly stripped down. Like modules wise. Like I'm running 4A thrusters because I love full powered thrusters. I gotta have full powered thrusters, but I could go with a 4D and get a little bit more jump range. But see, my shield generator is a 3D, which is a slightly lower class, and then I have it a grade 3 enhanced low power shields, which also lowers the weight, so it's only 1.3 tons. And then same thing with the power distributor. I got engine focus, but actually I don't think I was gonna put a strip down on it, but I didn't have the materials for it. Darren Core, what's up, dude? How you doing today? But yeah, stuff like that. But even without the engineering, you should be able to get 25-30 light years out of the Cobra. And I'm just looking for where I suggest you go. Alright, so go to this. Yes, D modules always weigh the least. But they might not have the best like performance. They're not gonna have the best performance, but they're gonna be the lightest. Get this in the chat for you. Head there. I tried to separate that better, but yeah, the system, and then that system, planet C2, so the third star from the starfall point, and then those coordinates, and you'll be fairly pleased. You'll be able to find meta alloys there. That's all I'm gonna say, but I'll let you see what's there when you get there. And I highly recommend that. So, like for example, in this system right here, this is star A. This red dwarf is star B, and then this guy here is star C. And so planet C2 would be this guy right here, for example. That's how you'd read that. So this is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C5A for the moon, and then this would be C6, C6A. And then if there were more moons, it'd be C6A, C6B, C6C, and so on. So that's how you read, like, when someone gives you like coordinates for the system and the planet and stuff. That's how you read that. It's pretty intuitive once you do it a few times. And I have a little tutorial on my YouTube channel for doing tracking planetary coordinates if you haven't done that before. Once you get the hang of that, that's not a big deal either. And I actually think it's kind of fun. Alright, how many more we got? It usually makes it seem longer if I check how many jumps I have left, but 34, we're making good progress. Making good progress. I gotta do a little bit more aggressive scooping. I haven't been aggressive enough in my scooping, and my fuel's starting to run a little lower. I can catch that up. Nope, nothing good here that I want to stop for. Nice and close to that exclusion zone while I coast by. Okay, nothing super great here. Oh boy. It's Bradford J. Bradford. Up to no good. Nope, nothing here. Oh, another quick tip. Learn this from Ghost Giraffe. Some of their top tips. Tips video. Little star on your Taderous here, your little radar screen. When you're scooping that, it's going to be red, typically. And when it turns orange, you're pretty much good to go to engage your FSD without overheating, as long as you're kind of like heading away from it. It's like a good judgment. I'll point it out. This one here. So get the honk. There's the star. You see now it turns red on the Taderous screen there. And I'm scooping, and the heat level's going up. If I activate my FSD in here, look at that. It's going to really spike the heat. So just cancel the FSD. Go away. See, now it's orange. You can safely charge that FSD up. That's a top tip. Thanks to Ghost Giraffe. Those guys are great. You should check them out too. Nice big boy. This will help me catch up on my fuel. This is going to take me a little longer to get around it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hello, what have we here? I'm not going that far. Not for a star. Yeah, I also like to put my name tags on unexplored stuff, ideally. So it's going to be a pretty good money boost when I get back. But I need to come out here to get 5,000 light years away from the starting point to be able to access Professor Palin. So I've done that and more. I kind of like the 4-9 Rift. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool place to space, so. But I'm being very selective of the stuff I'll actually stop to do a detail scan on. because I'm trying to do this kind of quick.
4, 3, 2.
And a detail scan is going to make you a lot more money, especially depending on what kind of body it is. It's like a terraformable water world's worth like 300,000 credits-ish, or it could be worth more actually. I think it could be as much as 600,000. I haven't checked the, there's people that have put together graphics for it. The bits. Thanks, Darren Core. Yeah, just for one thing. And there's actually a website called, look it up, just Google, it's called the Road to Riches. And it gives you systems to go to that are known to be high, like very valuable. And it will just plot a bunch, give you a bunch of systems to go to in a certain order. Just like do a loop, do like a circle. I haven't tried it, so yeah. That's the same idea. I do like a casual Road to Riches. So I know what to look for, and while I'm going to the places I want to go to, if I see something that's worth it, I'll stop and scan it. So if I'm heading that far out, I like to have like a destination of some sort. Ooh, Ammonia World? Ammonia World? Ammonia World? Oh, it's Ammonia World! It's Ammonia World. There'd be Thargoids that are maybe Thargoids. I'm gonna scan this place too, because that's high metal content that'll be worth like 80k, I think. And it's on the way, so might as well hit it. And it's got a binary pair, so it's got a friend next to it. We can get both of them. Because we wouldn't want to scan just the one if it's a binary pair. This. Retarget that guy. We'll do a quick flyby of this one. Look at those good boys right there. Oh, see ya. Time it so I can slow down. They usually, once it starts scanning, I'll just go 0 throttle and coast in. So the closer you are, the faster it will scan, but it takes you longer if you end up overshooting it accidentally. So I'm a little conservative about it. Actually, no, we need to go in here and actually look at this place. I'm not just gonna like toss up an Ammonia World. And this has been, yeah, that's been tagged by someone, but still, it's worth a little bit, and it'll be interesting to go check it out. And the way I could tell it's an Ammonia World before even scanning it was how it looked like in the little hologram down there. That hologram is the same for an Ammonia World. Yeah, about 130 light seconds. Yeah, it depends on the size of the object and depends on your scanner too. Just depends on those things. Because like a gas giant, you can start scanning those anywhere from like 1,000 to like 600 light seconds, I think, depending on the size, I believe. So the bigger the body is, the further out you'll be able to scan it. Yeah, like I was a big proponent of the fast scanner. And it's good if you're just like scooping and scanning the main star. That's a little quicker, but The long range seems to work better if you want to be like mapping the whole system, and I think it's mainly because you don't get caught in the gravity wells of the bodies, and so you end up accelerating to the next body you want to scan faster. I think that's how it ends up working faster. But yeah, like, good scanners are a must for sure. Gotta have that to upgrade. Alright, let's turn that off. Turn off the orbit lines there. There may be Thargoids there. Maybe. That's the only drawback of the Diamondback. It's got some pretty thick pillars. Them pillars be thick, yo. So the Asp Explorer's got that advantage canopy-wise, but let me take a selfie. Yeah, that'd be. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough right there. I'm still moving pretty quick, but I'll be able to get a quick selfie in. It's not mine, but it still looks nice.
Frameshift drive charging.
Turn my orbit lines back on. There they are. Big fan of using the orbit lines. Welcome back. You just missed the ammonia world. Unless you did see it.
Fuel scooping.
It was already tagged, but still as an ammonia world, so it was kind of neat. Oops.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
No, that is a. Ooh, what is that one? I think that's high metal content. No, it's ice. I think it's nice. No, it couldn't be ice because it's around a freaking star. There's no way. Not sure what that hologram was. It's probably a rocky body. Maybe. Ooh, I think that's Heart and Soul Nebula up there. That's about where we're heading. So that's good to see. I still haven't picked out that the other nebula that I was able to work my way to last night. It's got like a lot of really bright stars, and you can see it. And I don't know what it's called. I think it has a name. But I don't know what it's called, or what the formation of stars is. I think it's got a name, because I'm not the only one that's noticed it for sure. Like, I've seen other people. You know what? Let's hack and tag this guy. I feel like tagging that boy. Let's tag it. Right from the get-go here. That's an easy tag. It takes a little bit longer because I'm further out. That's a big body to scan too. So yeah, there's Heart and Soul. So that's where we're going. I believe that's Heart and Soul. And then there's one that's, where the heck is it? Yeah, look sideways here. That's the, I think that's the Pleiades right there. Could be wrong. I think that's the Pleiades. Nah, it might not be the Pleiades. Yeah, I kind of do this as just like a hobby, so I don't really have much of a schedule. Typically, I will be streaming like about this time on a Monday if I got nothing going on, because it's just a convenient time. Because I basically, Mondays are just like my chore days, and then I work in the evening, so I just kind of do whatever. Like, I got a load of laundry going right now and stuff. Just hanging out, doing that type of thing. Yep, there's Heart and Soul Nebula. Is this the place? No, that's not the place. Where was the place? I bookmarked it, I thought. Ooh, it might be back behind us, that's why. No, that's not it. Where the heck? I thought I bookmarked it. Maybe I didn't bookmark it. I'm a dum-dum if I didn't bookmark it. Oh, no, no, it's this place. It's this place. I believe it's this place. The zoom is hard sometimes. No, that's actually not it either. Because it should be. Lots of nice stars there, and I'm not seeing many nice stars there. That was really dumb of me if I didn't bookmark it. Let me take one more peek around. So you know, it'd be easier than doing this. It'd be just to go out in this cam and take a look. That's smarter. Every once in a while, I do something smart. Just yaw my way around with this cam. Well, I know it is out here somewhere, but I usually see it on my way out to the rift, and for some reason I'm not seeing it right now. Maybe once we get going a little further that way, we'll see it. Still got 24 jumps to get to there, but what I think of them? I think I'm not going to be able to do what I'm doing right now. I think it's going to take a little longer to do what I'm doing right now, which is kind of like rapid exploring, where I don't think I'm going to be able to take a look at the system map and pick out an ammonia world like I did and then just go scan that and be done with it. But they're saying that you're not going to have to fly out to figure out, you know, what stuff is, or like to get the tag for it, right? So for that ammonia world, I might have to like stop where I'm at right now, like around the star. Well, that, and there's going to be like, so instead of this stuff right here, you know, I'm going to be able to like, oh, there's a signal source here, and I can lock onto it and resolve it. I mean, granted, this is a star, so I can resolve this thing from like over 3,000 light seconds, so it's fine. But I wouldn't be able to resolve an ammonia world from that distance. So what I think is going to happen in the new system is I'm going to be able to just like, oh hey, that's like ammonia world based on like what you said, Terran Core, the sound, and I'd just be able to resolve it from the starfall point, and I won't have to spend the time flying out there. But then, like say there's a landable object, I want to go map it because, oh, this thing might have some volcanism, and I can go map it, and I can find some geysers or other things that are next to it. You know, like I'd be able to do that. So for like this world right here, I can't get the detailed surface scan from this distance, but what I think in the new system, you're going to be able to do that. That's how I understand it from what everyone's been talking about. And obviously they can't like give the most detailiest details. But yeah, and that's a pretty big planet. That's a pretty big landable. I bet you that's got pretty decent gravity. So yeah. And actually, you can still... let me go to the system app. Let me pause my music here so you can kind of hear it. And I'm going to... Oops, I don't want to open that. Why did I open that? I didn't mean to open that. Shoot. Let me turn up the volume of the game real quick. Because they actually make sounds right now, if you didn't know. You hear that? He goes, ah, whenever you mouse over the star. Like, you hear that? So I'm guessing it might be something like that. It's kind of hard to hear, especially because the game volume's not. But this one's like, oh. or the rocky world, and then you mouse over the star. And then like an Earth-like world is a little different, and a water world's like gurgly, I think is how I'd describe that. I believe. If we get an ammonia or an Earth-like world or something, I'll stop and do that again. But yeah, I'm guessing it'll be something like that, and that'll be kind of neat. So yeah, I think the exploration is going to be a good thing. There's people that are complaining about it. Oh, I won't be able to honk and check my system map, and it's going to slow me down. And it's like, yeah, it might, but for people who want to actually do something a little more with exploring, it's going to be great. And I will take you know, a little bit slower doing what I'm doing. I'll be okay taking more time doing what I'm doing today, if that means like someone else can have a lot nicer gameplay. You know, I think it's a pretty good trade-off. Not that I explore very often. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades in Melee. I do a little bit of everything. Oh. Yeah, see, it's got slightly different sounds. But I do want to find an Earth-like, because that's got a very distinct sound. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna... If I haven't gotten my 500 tons for Celine Jean, I'm gonna be, yeah, like it's same. I'm gonna be spending a little time mining for sure. It's gonna be interesting. I might want to go get myself that mining lance from Power Play. Build a nice little mining python. Python is a really solid ship. Like Python, you can have enough, you know, good shields, good armor, good internals for being able to hold everything you need. Oh yeah, and then you can use a Corvette, which actually has a lot more internals. You can fit a lot more into that, and you're very well protected as well. So that's super nice. And something that I recommend that a lot of people don't seem to take in their mining builds is electronic countermeasures. So yeah, electronic countermeasures, ECM, is like a must in any mining build I take, because you're sitting in a ring, pirates are like, we want to take your stuff, and I'm like, I'm stubborn, don't want to give you anything, and they'll try to start hatch breaking you. So you just pop the ECM and it kills the limpet that's trying to hatch break you. It's actually super convenient. Alright, what's this guy? I think it's a high metal content. Yep, high metal content. Yeah, that's a thing too. That's why it's nice to have the Python, because you can defend yourself. Python, it mine, but it also attack. But I think for now, I'm probably just gonna convert my Type 7 to a miner, and it'll do okay. Like I've done that. I've used one as a miner before. Yeah, it's not the best ship. It's got plenty of flaws, but it's I like it. It's neat. Those look like high metal contents, and I don't think I'm gonna go out to get those. Does it? I don't know if it fit through the mail stop with this spoiler. It probably would. It doesn't have a ship kit? I mean, I guess I hadn't really checked, but I figured like most of the ships had some sort of ship kit. Ooh, that looks like it could be a water world. Code blue. Code blue. Oh, I was gonna do the system map thing. Hold on. Turn the game volume back up again.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Wrong thing. There it is. Alright, take it easy, Fox. Have a good one. Oh, that's lame. It should have it. It should have a ship kit. Alright, it's gonna load the sound here. Alright, so there's that. It's actually really quiet. It's hard to hear. And I think the sounds are kind of lagging. Yeah, it's there. It's just, it's really hard to... Yeah, definitely no kit for the Type 9. I don't remember seeing one. I run a Type 9 on my main. They're fun. Ooh. Good timing on getting out of that system map right there. Huge blue balls. And that's already discovered too, so yeah. Yeah, I am running right on the galactic plane, so I don't expect to... Yeah, it's kind of like... There's like a bubbling, glugging sound, and it's really quiet, though. But I mainly go by the visuals and not the audio. So that works for me. Yeah, okay, I'm good. All the rest of those should be high metal contents.
4, 3, 2.
Ooh, we might have another one. That's not, I think it's high metal content. That looks like it could be Waterworld. That's probably Waterworld. Let's double check this guy first. Yeah, that is not what I'm looking for, but this lad right here, that young boy is a Waterworld. Yes. Yes. Not undiscovered, you know. Won't get a first discovery for it, but still, good to tag. If the person who first discovered it wasn't running EDSM, it'll put it into EDSM, so that's good. At the very least. This one has a moon around it. Oh no, it's just a binary pair. So I'll grab the other one too, a little high metal content guy. Closer. Go, yeah, I'll keep going. Why not? I'll just go a little closer. We can take a peek at it. Grab this other. Come on, let me target you, thank you. There it is. Alright, we'll take a closer look at this guy. Since Sam missed out on the ammonia world, we'll take a peek at this water world. Looks like a pretty nice water world. Some good ice caps going on it. It's a nice little pale blue ball. It's pretty neat. I don't have the graphics turned way up, so it's a little pixely, but it's looking pretty nice. Alright.
Frameshift drive charging.
And there's Heart and Soul. Still haven't picked out that other one.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping.
I don't know if I'm getting that reference, Sam, if that's a reference to something.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Three, two, fuel scooping.
Oh! I have watched that, it's just been a long time. I know what you're talking about, though. I know what you're talking about, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about now. Thank you for jogging my memory. I want gills behind my ears, so I can breathe underwater.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, that'd be nice actually. Need to find that Fountain of Youth. Be like an elite where these guys are living to like 130 or some shit. For sure. It's very tough to beat entropy, unfortunately. Does anyone else like think about the eventual heat death of the universe and get sad? Or is it just me? Is it just me? Yeah, same. Like, I'm already kind of hitting that where I'm getting older and I'm not that old and there's still like hints of dysfunctionality. We're not too far behind you. Although I'm still in the lower bracket of elite. What's up, Scorb? We're I'm going to check out the Project Dynasty sites right now. I'm on my way back from the Form 9 Rift, so to give you an idea where we're at. We out here rifting. This is where it was last night. I went about to here talking to Spatula, and then I've gone from about here to here today.
4, 3, 2.
So we're gonna get some lore done. Have you been out this way, Scorb? Have you been to see the Zura and stuff? Like on your main? I know Al Scorby's hadn't been this far out, but. It's worth the look if you're interested. It takes a minute to get out here though. Like I spent pretty much all day marathoning to get out to the Zura. Doing like speedrun exploration, only stopping for the good stuff. Like I wouldn't even stop for that. That's the high metal content. Nope. Not stopping for that. Was the California Nebula on the way? Was that part of the Enigma expedition? I forget, because if not, I haven't been to the California Nebula. Dude. Yeah, I think you know more than most people about any reason why you should be exploring after Q4. We were actually discussing a little bit earlier what my guesses are. Yeah, okay. I think I remember hearing about that one. I think that was when I wasn't playing Elite at that point. Alright, so I'm still looking around for this cluster of stars that I went to and didn't bookmark for some reason. It's a nice little cool nebula, and it's really easy to see when you're on your way out to the rift from the bubble. But I don't seem to see it. Anything good? And unfortunately, I'm running right along the galactic plane, and I'm running a beeline from the Zura to this place. So this is a considering how far out this is from the bubble, it's a well-traveled area of the galaxy. Got lots of cool Rifter people. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm like not thinking about it too much and just seeing what comes when the beta comes out, and then I won't try not to form any like preconceptions or something, I think is what I'm thinking. So that way I just take the beta in, take it for what it is, and not be like thinking about it too much. Ooh, but how far away are they? They're not that far. I'm gonna scoot out to those. I need to like take a quick break, so I'm gonna just like 75% scoot out to those, and hopefully they'll be scanned by the time I get back. Otherwise, I'll be like into a star, which will also be great. I get to use my heat sinks. Not burnt to a crisp. Excellent. Went just as planned, and now I should be getting fairly close enough to be able to scan these guys in a minute or so here, and then we can keep scooting. There we go. You and you. What kind of star are you? You're a Class M star. Look at you go. That's Class Eldorf. Good. Google Plus is such a pain in the butt. I signed up for it and the account like never goes away, and then they linked it to YouTube, and now I'm afraid like my phone number is linked to it maybe, because I'll see people's Google Plus profile pictures when I add them to my like contacts list. Yeah, it's such a pain in the butt. So I'm wondering like, do my like professional colleagues like see my Tato chip logo when they add my phone number? I don't think my phone number is linked to my Google account, thankfully though. Because that's like, not a big fan of that. It's like, try to keep work stuff and entertainment stuff separate, please. It's very hard to do when your phone number's tied up in it. What do we got? Nothing good. Bunch of beige balls. But we're getting close. Heart and Soul's right there. And while I was away, I got the email notification that Tato Crisp is now officially a Formidine Rifter according to EDSM. I still need to take Tato Chip back out here because first time I went out here, I didn't know about EDSM or the journals or anything, and then I did a complete drive wipe to reinstall my OS. Alright, see you in a bit, Sam. Have a good lunch. So I did a drive wipe, and Elite was on my main C drive, still on my main C drive. I didn't save the journals, so I have no record of my trip out here, or any of my early game stuff, because I didn't know to save them. You're suspect. You're suspect. I think it's high metal content. It's high metal content. Yeah, it is what it is, though. Like, I won't even have to go all the way. I went all the way out to Zura on my main account, too. That was like the first Elite video I did was about that trip. And it's not too bad to get out there, but I think when I first went out there, I did it in chunks and it took about 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, like, see if you can land your ship, or like, how the ships would hold up. See, I'm worried about atmospheric landings because these ships go really, really fast, right? And, like, are we gonna have to worry about burning up because friction is a thing, you know? I think about it and I'm like, do I even want to have to worry about that? But it would be cool. It would be pretty cool. It's also a thing if it's like a very high pressure for the atmosphere. Yeah, exactly, Terran Core. Terran Core gets it. Terran Core gets it. Yeah, where it's like it's more controlled. You're taking it slower. Like you'd have to slow way down. Because otherwise you're going to be breaking the sound barrier and windows are going to be cracking like Terran Core said. Yeah, that's the thing. Or you have to have like a certain like modification to your hull to make it like a ceramic hull coating for atmospheric re-entry. That's a high metal content. This should just like steal Condor, basically. Just like steal the code from Condor. And Condor's a gliding flight sim. What's a voxel? Oh, Scorp, if you want to, if you want to jump in, if you want me to jump in chat, we can do that if that's easier to explain it. It's up to you though. If you want to jump in a voice. Okay. It's like when Minecraft's generating the chunks. those are voxels. Like each chunk, or like the parts of the chunks. Or like the individual bricks, the individual square blocks is a voxel. Okay, yeah. Alright, that makes sense. I can understand that when it's put in Minecraft terms. Voxelcraft. I haven't played Minecraft in a minute. I used to play it on the Xbox. But, I'm not good at FPS on the PC. Not a very good keyboard and mouse player. Like I did Overwatch for a minute too. That's interesting. So it's like physical medium or media. It's making the air out of cubes basically, which makes sense because at those speeds air is basically a liquid. Or at least that's how I think about it. Gotcha, so like your wake turbulence sticks around for a while until it resettles, but it settles down again. It'd be interesting for sure. And then are they going to make it realistic where if you shoot a tree and you start a forest fire, it burns down half a continent because it's all trees? You're going to go that level? Yeah, for sure. Gas and liquids are very, very similar properties. Oh yeah. Ask me about wingtip vortices. Ask me about landing a Cessna 152 behind a regional jet. It's a thing. It's a thing. Well, I wasn't in one, but if you wanted to talk, we'll just hop in Gobby Banter or something. Or Elite Dangerous. We'll hop in Elite Dangerous. There we go. That works. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, now I hear
How are
you.
you? So yeah, atmospheric landings, that would be awesome if you could model the airflow nicely.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was saying, there's simulators that already kind of do it. I feel like Condor would be a good base to model thermals. Hey Plater, what's up, dude? You're welcome to come hang out here with us too if you want. We're in the thinger, the aimless Discord. Mostly aimless Discord.
Hey Plato, how are you, buddy?
But yeah, that would be interesting. But that is something I think about. Everyone's talking about atmospheric landings. I'm like, it's gonna be hard to do the air and stuff. That's all I think about. Like people are like, oh, animals and stuff. And I'm like, just the physics of the atmosphere is gonna be a pain.
I really want to try and land a Type 9 on an atmospheric world and fighting the thermals and the, you know, depending on what kind of world it is. Yeah, because like if it's like one of these planets that got loads of you know, the molten worlds, that air is going to be bonkers.
It's going to be like high pressure, and there's going to be like different pressures and stuff. Is it going to crush your ship if you go to though? Like if you go into like a gas giant, how low can you go before your ship gets crushed?
Yeah, that'd be things. Can you imagine you've got bases inside the gas, and you've got to use your sensors to find them because you can't eyeball them.
Yeah, like little like little floating cities. Like you could put some on Venus and stuff.
Yeah, so you land and then as you get closer you suddenly see it and it's a big thing. And it's got these massive like thrusters just keeping it in place. And it's a scientific base studying the gas giant. That would be sweet.
Yeah. Players got the idea of Bespin. You can fight for the gas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
So I got an unregistered comms beacon here. I'm in the right system. Got 2 unregistered comms beacons I'm going to check out real quick. I should probably turn my distributor back on if I'm going to do a planetary landing. Because it'd be nice to throw 4 pips to shields if I'm going to muck it up again. Let's give them about 500 meters of this guy and not overshoot it. Do I have to... What do I scan this thing with? Oh, you know what? This is one of these ones that just transmits every so often, I think.
Oh yeah, you gotta listen for it. It'll give you the alphabet with it.
Unfortunately, I know I have the coordinates. I think I'm just gonna go to the planet. I know where to go, so I'm just gonna go. We should be at the Alpha site place. Just double check here which one I'm in. I'm gonna grab the star so I can double check and know which one I'm in. So if it's the one I'm thinking, it should be planet C2. And we'll know here in a second if there's even a C star. Yeah, we got a C star.
Atmospherics is another thing that No Man's Sky is missing. Like every planet is the same, irrespective of like flying over mountains or the ocean or anything. It's always the same.
Does it feel like there's air though?
No.
Okay.
No, it feels like, in a lot of ways, it feels like you're flying a, I don't know, more simplistic version of Elite Dangerous's flight mechanics.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like it's
no
kind of
wind.
like I would imagine No Man's Sky is like the Rogue Squadron games, is how I would expect it to be.
Have you not played it?
No, not yet. I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet.
It's actually, you know, I'll give it its due. It's actually not a bad game. It's not a bad game. They've taken it from a, let's face it, it was a piece of junk when it was released.
Yeah, but they did. It's so far, it looks good. I've watched Bognagus play it a little bit, and
oh, he's enjoying it.
Yeah, like he's complaining maybe a little bit still about some bugs, but they weren't like anything super bad or anything.
Yeah, it's a game about like flying to places and then exploring on foot or in a vehicle now.
Right.
Or building a base. So it used to be about space combat. Tantalus wants to know what we're doing. What are you doing?
Yeah, we're going to see some Project Dynasty sites. Excuse me. Drinking a carbonated beverage, so.
Ah. Is it a fermented carbonated beverage?
It is not, because I gotta fly later. I don't drink but on Saturdays and Sundays anymore.
That is a very wise thing.
Yeah. I'm a good boy.
You're a good boy.
Yeah. Legally I could. Legally if I had a drink and stopped drinking by about 11 o'clock, I'd be legal for work later, but I just don't. I'd rather be tip-top shape when I go in.
No, that's good. I mean, like for like people like me, who the worst thing that they have to do is, if it got so bad, cycle to work and then sit at a desk and then sit there and ponder over my life choices. It's a bit different when you're doing your job.
Yeah, the cycling, you can cycle off the hangover or something. I don't know, maybe that's a thing. Unfortunately, where I live, you like need a car to get around. Like,
yeah, I
don't live in this. I live more out in the country.
There is that time where you're cycling and you end up in a bush and you think, "Yep, glad I didn't drive. This is a thing now. Glad I didn't drive, and perhaps I should just turn around and go home and sleep this off."
How did you end up in a bush? Were you that drunk?
Oh, I've been not on the way to work. On the way back from the pub with my wife. I've done it a couple of times. Once was ages ago. I was absolutely steaming, and I was cycling from a friend's house after we'd had a really late party, and I just ended up in a bush.
God.
Lost my balance, fell into the bush, and went, right, yep. Pushed that for a while.
Luckily, the bush was there. Break your fall.
Luckily, yeah. And then the other time was my wife's cycling as well. We've both been on a nice bike ride, and we weren't drunk this time. And I was checking my phone. I thought I knew where I was going. I was checking my phone, and the next thing I know, bush.
I've done that a few times. Rode home drunk from because where I grew up at my parents' place. All my friends were just like about a half mile down the road, so I could ride, and we college age, go have a 40, play some poker or something, and then I can ride home. So I rode home drunk a few times. Wasn't too drunk though.
Not too drunk.
It's okay. We love bush. Who doesn't love bush, Tan?
Oh, we're not getting into politics. No.
We're not talking politics though. I try to avoid that on stream.
I will say this. He was doing that because he started doing paintings now, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
In his spare time now. No, he's not doing the previous job. He's doing paintings, and I remember I was watching it. I think it was on the Stephen Colbert show, and it's like, yeah, how weird. Miss you. They were fun times. It's like...
Well, the thing is, like, compared to now, yeah, but even back then, it's like I remember growing up, and my opinions have changed so much within since when 9/11 was a thing. In between now, I've gone from like being, I'd say, like a fairly conservative dude to like way more liberal, and I was actually more liberal now than when I was in college even. And most people are like, oh, you go to college, it makes you a filthy liberal. It's like, I mean, I guess, but it's like you're opening up your experience to like different people and different ways of thinking about stuff, and I'm a lot more like just open to other opinions and viewpoints and stuff like that now than I used to be.
Yeah,
we're all just trying to get by in this world, man. We're all just trying to like do our thing.
Indeed, that's absolutely true. And I think the best way to do that in some cases is travel, meet lots of people.
Yeah,
lots
for
of
sure.
Viewpoints.
You go to the West Coast and people are like, oh, West Coast, well, it's so far away. And it's like it's really nothing much different than what we got over here on the East Coast. The different plants. That's about it.
Oh, that's the thing I love about the States. Absolutely love about the States. You've got everything you could ever want. You've got like snowy bits, you've got mountains you can go skiing on, you've got desert tundra, you've got jungles, you've got swamps, you've got big cities, you've got everything. You've got national parks.
But I mean, doesn't the UK in the north, they got some like really nice country up there though?
Yeah, but
there's that mountain pass that all the fighter jets like go through. I would heckin' love to live there and just like sit on my back porch on top of a mountain watching fighter jets go through that pass, whatever it is. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, but you get bored, wouldn't you? You'd want to get a plane and do it yourself.
I probably would.
You wouldn't get bored?
No. I'd get a plane. No. I'd get a plane and do it.
Totally get a plane. Yeah, you totally.
I'm still thinking about maybe buying a plane at some point. Realistically, there's a few different planes I would like to get, but I want to make sure I'm kind of rooted, because I like where I live right now. I don't know if I'm going to be living here in like 5 years from now, So once I put down roots, I'll have enough money saved up probably to get whatever I could want.
If money wasn't an object, and bearing in mind I don't know very much about planes, so what would your, like, for a private citizen to get a plane, what would your ideal plane be?
Depends on what I wanted to do with it. If I wanted a cross-country machine, go travel and stuff, I could go for like a King Air or a Merlin, which a Merlin is basically just a smaller version of the plane I fly right now. And they go pretty fast. They're pretty efficient.
I see it.
You could go with like an Embraer Phenom.
What?
That would be a flippin' sweet plane. There's actually a channel called
What's it called?
Embraer Phenom. EMBRAER. It's a Brazilian-made airplane. They make regional jets and stuff. You've probably flown on one. An ERJ.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it looks quite sweet, actually.
Yeah, so they make a Phenom 100, 200, and 300. And the 300
Yeah,
can, like, go from Toronto to, like, the islands down in the Caribbean.
Let's see how much they are. Oh,
Millions.
right.
How much?
$1.5 million. Yeah.
It's in millions. But it's a nice
Oh,
plane. It's got a lot of good systems on it, you know.
Correction. That is the ownership per year.
Oh, is that for a fractional?
To buy one, the list price is 8.76 million.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds about right. I was gonna say a million was like a little cheap for what I thought. You know.
Yeah, usually looking about 7 million. So you're gonna have to grind some rank, maybe get some, do some real life Robigo and
something like that. I'll have to sell out and join like a major operation, do some like international stuff, and go to I'll just go to China. That's what you do. You go to China, you get paid $500,000 a year to be captain on something.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do that though. But yeah, life is
a grind. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, Tyrion. I like the West Coast, dude. Like I didn't really know much about it till I went out to Seattle and Portland for training for the 2 different planes that I've flown for the job I got right now. And I really like interior Oregon. Interior wash, like the Cascades look nice. Cascades are cool. The interior of that countryside is very nice. I could totally see myself living there. But it just, you know, there's no real other reason for me to go out there. I'm close to most of my family around here, which is super convenient, and that's one of the reasons I stick around. Because hey, if something's going on, gotta go visit someone. It's a 3-hour drive from where I'm at right now. It's not that bad.
I went to Portland for 1 day to visit a customer, and then I had to get on a plane and come back in the evening.
See if really get to experience it.
I got to see lots of rain though, because the heavens opened.
Oh yeah, dude, I was there in January, and it's like 32, 33, 34 degrees, and it's raining, and I have like the basic of basic, not even like I don't got like waterproof stuff. I had to go out and buy a poncho. I had to walk to the nearest Target and buy a poncho, like between shifts. That was not fun. And then we one of the weekends, a bunch of the other trainees and me, we went out. We took the crew car and went out on the town, and it was a blast. We just went a little bar hopping. Accidentally ended up in like a gay bar, and we're just like tearing it up on the dance floor. It was hilarious. We're like drunk as shit. Claytor's got pizza. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite envious of Plater's Pizza now.
That's what I did yesterday. I made a frozen pizza and just ate the whole thing before I started streaming.
Oh, nice. You gotta have your streamy carbs.
Yep. Because that was like practice for. I was thinking about maybe doing a 12-hour stream in the future, and that was kind of practice for that.
How long were you streaming for yesterday?
I started around noon. Stopped streaming when I rated you, and then I continued playing Elite until about 11 o'clock because I was just having good combo with Spatula, so like I didn't want to stop.
Yeah, Spatula's awesome.
Yeah, we were going back over. I went and checked out some of his like older works that he did with his group of friends. He's got some pretty funny stuff when you dig into his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what are my coordinates here? Let me pop this out here. So,
have you seen his stuff that was in about like a science thing going wrong?
His science thing? Wait, say again.
Let me make sure I'm not thinking about someone else. I think it was Spatula.
All right, -34, -77. Remember those numbers.
You find that, and I'll see if I can dig up the video.
Oh, this pen doesn't have ink. Crap. 8 pens. I gotta figure out which one's got ink. And I'm blowing by this planet again. There we go. Those would be close enough. I should probably put the decimals because don't know how big this planet is, then they might actually be significant. 34.2. So yeah, I also have the Zero route logs if you wanted to hear those, but if you ever want to go out there, it would, I guess, be considered spoilers.
I will go out there. I will go out there, especially after the update. I'm going to do exploration after the update.
Dude, if you get after the update, like a good way to go about it is if you still got your main in Colonia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You should take them.
Oh,
you just go to the rift from Colonia.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, if you're coming back anyway, it's about like the same distance away as the bubble, I think, or at least where I'm at right now is about the same distance. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Thank you, Tyrion Core.
Wow, these are 9 years ago that you put these up. Wow.
Yeah, some of it's pretty old.
He did these black and white comedy sketches where there's a couple of guys in lab coats, and it's like the true tale of light, which was too bright, and the true tale of the dangerous addiction, and the true tale of the cure for super cancer. I think I've seen that one. They're all really popular.
And it was this little like gaming show they were doing. He said it was just an excuse to get together and get blitzed. It's like, oh, gaming show? We got a script? What?
Yeah. Oh, is that the?
Oh, they're the ones that were put out about 5 or 7 years ago, I think. There's what was it called? I can't remember.
Save Slot? Is that the one?
Save Slot, yes, Save Slot.
Right, I have to watch those. I didn't see those ones.
Yeah, later. The orbit line was janking out a little bit. Yeah. I'm going too fast. Too fast.
Is that even English? What language was that?
It's Tadish.
Taderous. Oh, I see. I didn't know that you spoke Taderous. I took Taderous as an optional at school, but I've forgotten it all now.
Yeah, I'm working on it, refreshing it, and I got it like a Duo. It's on Duolingo. I'm like refreshing my knowledge on it.
Oh, excellent. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Sam, you haven't missed much yet. Just a lot of jumping and some discussion, and now I'm actually getting to the base that I was planning on going to.
I was quite disappointed in Duolingo, to be honest.
No, you didn't. So far, so good for me. I mean, it's like I wouldn't say I'm any better at. I'd say like I'm mildly better at Spanish because I had taken Spanish in high school and stuff.
Yeah, it has Spanish. It doesn't have Korean. I wanted to use
it doesn't?
Korean. No Korean on that.
I guess I didn't check because I was actually thinking about doing that because I've flown with like these guys that come over for Korea. Sometimes they fly with us to get experience, and I feel bad because like I don't know a lick of Korean. Like I'm like weeb level Japanese and nothing in Korean.
This is a really out of taste, really bad taste joke though. But the only Korean that you need to tell them is pull up.
Oh god. They take it in stride though. Kind of the whole like the whole bad taste jokes that came from the Asiatic crash.
Yeah.
Push! I'm too close. Push! Gotta push. Get that red out. Get that red out, girl. It's gonna be tight. Overshot slightly. I wasn't paying attention.
So I was watching, so we're talking about atmospheric flight.
Yeah.
And I was watching some videos today about dual engine passenger jets and 3-engine jets, like where they position the engines on the back, like the planes that you're looking at earlier on, when they're slung underneath the wing.
Okay.
And the reasons why, because like there's pros and cons to each one, isn't there?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Noise,
the engines in the back can be probably a little less noise for the people in the front of the plane, but then also they can have if you get into like a stall situation, there can be I think it's some designs they probably don't design it that way anymore, but it could be like part of the wing kind of covers up the engine. That could be an issue when you're trying to recover from a stall. It could like flame out the engine maybe. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not an aerospace expert. As much as I fly them, the designs I'm not an expert on. Oh, I think we have a thing.
It made me realize that I know very, very little about avionics and about how planes are not just put together, but like the design of them. Because like as a kid, you look at an airplane, you can see there's a tube with some wings on it, it's got some engines on it, and it goes pow, and that's all you need to know when you're a kid. And growing up, you go into your separate fields, and your knowledge of planes kind of grows a little bit, but unless you go into that field and start learning about it properly, it doesn't really develop much from there as far as I could tell. So I'm actually wondering if, like when Frontier do put the atmospheric flight in, how far are they going to go? Are they going to, because like each of the ships has got their engines in different places. You're in a DBX right now.
Got that little tri-motor.
Yeah, so are you going to have to worry about? Yeah, I suppose you got the three engines there, so you're not going to get any
three
pull-up or
engines,
push down.
I love this. This is one of the reasons I love the DBX.
Yeah.
Wait, that's cargo scoop. There we go. That's landing gear.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part. It goes whoop.
So in atmosphere, what would that fly like, do you reckon?
This? Fly like a freaking brick. Fly like an F4 probably. Because it could. Here's the thing, like, and it's got some potential for control surfaces. See, the thing is, like, it's just engine intake right there. There's like no lifting surface, so you're completely relying on thrusters. Like something like an FDL would actually, I could see that flying. How did you never spot that, Plater? It's because you didn't use the external camera enough. That's a thing. But see, like these back here, these things on the sides here. I forget what my controls are. Where's my zoom? Okay, up arrow, down arrow. So those things right there, those could be made into like a rudder or like a rudder elevator combo or something used to roll it. Those could have control surfaces on it. But other than that, it's just like you're completely just still relying on thrusters and brute force.
Yeah, so it's going to be, this is an unstable
Yeah, Beluga,
brick.
Beluga would be fine. Beluga, I could see that. The Eagles still have a very, like, not airfoily wing. Like, they're very blunt. But they would probably work. The FDL would be good. Most of the Zorgon Peterson designs would be okay. What else would be good?
Type 9's a flying wing.
Type 9's a flying wing, yep. Oh, the Chieftains would probably work okay. You could, there'd be a little bit of lifting from those things. And the Crusader, everyone talks about the spoiler on the back. It's not a spoiler. It's a horizontal stabilizer with an elevator. If you look on it, there's two surfaces. There's the main surface, and then there's like a. Can I not deploy this here? Oh, I know why. It's not powered. There we go. That'll do it. But it's got a split setup there. So there's two horizontal stabilizers, and then there's like a little cutout, and that would be your elevator. So that would be used for pitch and atmosphere. They could totally just animate that. It's the same thing with some of the Fed designs, like the drop ship and the gunship and the assault ship. They have those little wings on them. Those could have control surfaces probably for aerodynamic changing of stuff.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to a drop ship doing what its name suggests.
Yeah, like just dropping people off.
Well, you know, like there's a hot spot on a planet. You know, you've got passengers in the back, but they're all soldiers. Right. So you've got to get them down to the ground.
Got to land that thing hot and then dump them out.
You got to, yeah, all of the flames coming from the side of the thing, because it's basically a lump of iron, and it's got wings on it. It's just going to be coming in. You're going to get the flames coming off the side of the ship. You're going to land it. It's going to be a hot zone, so the soldiers get out or whatever gets out of it, and then you fly off before you take too much damage. You did your job. You got the soldiers on the ground. And then off you go. You're going to take a pounding, but it doesn't matter because it's a lump of iron with rockets on it.
Right. And yeah, Plater, I've seen the Robotech stuff. There's still some Robotech I need to catch up on, and I would like to actually find. There was a. Oh, hello.
That's it.
Hello.
Hello. Mute my mic for a second.
There's actually what is it? It's Macross, but it was an English dub. And Vic Mignogna played Hikaru, and they had all the names correct. They didn't Englishize it, and I was cool with that. And it was on Crackle for a while. Oh, really? I guess I didn't notice that. I'll have to like watch that again. I'll look for that.
Oh, what's this? I missed something.
Plater's saying like when the Valkyries take off out of off the ship, like they get catapulted like an aircraft carrier, because it's based on like a Tomcat basically. But then there's like you said, there's thrusters on it that help lift it up, which makes sense. You know, you need that that VTOL or that STOL performance, short takeoff and landing performance, kind of like how the F-35 is doing. Not a big fan of the F-35, just gonna put that out there. Not a huge fan of it.
Is it too complicated? Or
It's a flying compromise.
Oh.
It's expensive, and it doesn't do any one thing like super good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's what happens when...
Hey, Giz. Thanks for following. But that's what they wanted. They wanted a multi-role. They wanted... certain advantages are that if you train in one, it's probably just going to be like transition training to get up to speed in any of the other variants. So the cockpit layouts are probably going to be similar. So that's a thing. It's kind of like everyone complains about how the heads-up display in Elite is the same in every ship, and I'm like, why is that a problem? You don't have to learn a new heads-up display for every ship. It's standardized. It's super nice, in my opinion.
Hey, Giz. How you doing, Giz? Sorry, here's the thing, right? So they're building all of these multi-purpose, multi-role ships, and you know that's the age-old thing, isn't it? You can't please everyone,
right?
You know, or jack of all trades, master of none. So why don't they have like an airframe which, just like in Space 1999, how you had the Eagle landers, and they just like clipped in various different things. So you can attach like a fighter module or a bomber module or something else. You know, it's got the wings are on the module, but the control systems and everything, the cockpit, everything, all the radars and everything, that's all built into the generic frame. You attach all the other bits. Maybe I'm still thinking with my 10-year-old brain.
It's like Lego, but spaceships.
Yeah, spaceship Lego. But would that be cool? Like, so you've got all of these different like housings that you can just clip into, and off you go. Right. So what's the mission today? Well, we've got this thing just for this mission. So you clip the thing in, you know how to fly it. It's a bit heavier because you've got that extra thing on there. But all the controls, you don't have to learn anything new, and the computers take care of most of the difference for you.
It would be convenient.
Yeah.
To be able to customize stuff.
When someone asks for something like super generic, though, like or something that's a multi-role ship, doesn't that just scream that they didn't really know what they wanted?
Yeah, or I mean, then you come prepared for anything. Like, I'm going to take a crate on Distant Worlds, just because, like, I want to be able to multi-crew people, and I want something with decent jump range. I want something that handles well in super crews, and maybe bring a mining laser with me.
Would you class the crate as a multi-purpose ship, though?
Yeah.
Multi-role?
It can be, yeah. It could be multi-role. It's not the best at combat. I could probably beat my crate fairly easily with my chieftain.
He's like my doggy out.
Oh, so these are tech space. Why the hell are we out here? No one seems to know. It's taken months and we're still not there. Wherever there is. We're dropping these beacons. Supposedly, nobody knows what they're for. And if they do, they ain't telling. Makes no sense. There's nothing out here. And who would come all this way anyway? Because aliens. Yeah, I agree, player. The crate's a little bit more combat focused, though, I would say, than the Python. But I can still do pretty good in a Python combat-wise, given the right loadout. And the crate's missing that one. It's missing one size 6 slot, so the Python's got that on it. But other than that, yeah.
It cracked me up as soon as the chieftain got revealed. People were complaining. It's like, I can't do this in it. I can't do this.
Because that's not what it's made for.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
yes, it's got 3 military compartments, so you can just ram it full of hull reinforcements.
Yeah, but I can't hold cargo.
You're not supposed to.
Don't do it. Use it without that.
Yep. Do you want me to read these while you're here? Because this.
I will be ducking out in probably about 10 minutes, but I'm going to go to the local pub to join my business partner.
Gotcha.
For a conversation.
Because they are spoilery, but while you're here, I can just fly to the
I've
next
read
one.
all of these. I have read all of these. I've been out here. This is Dav's Hope. It's not Dav's Hope.
It's not Dav's Hope. This is out near the Heart and Soul Nebula.
Oh right. You can read these out. It's fine. It's fine because I have heard these before when other people have read them out.
Oh, okay. So I read the first one, And this is the Alpha mission. So we're still traveling. Jump drive malfunctioned today. That made an interesting diversion. It's going to take a while to fix. This area of space is freaking me out. Could have sworn I heard some weird voices in the last jump. We're a long way from home. We're struggling to plot a course now. We're leaving the galactic arm and the jumps are getting longer. Because you're in the rift. Finally fixed the drive. More monotony. Can you believe it's nearly 6 months since we set out from Redequat? Did I say Redequat? I meant Reort. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing those right. It's getting to me. This endless emptiness. The guys are showing the strain. 3 more months before we can turn and head back. The stars are thinning out. You can see the whole galaxy just hanging there. The darkness grows. The galaxy is faint and dim behind us. I'm told this place has been nicknamed the Formidine Rift. Apparently that means fear in some old Earth language. It's an apt name. Some of the guys are going space crazy out here in the void. We had to sedate one guy. He went completely dually. I don't know what that word is. That's new to me. We've not seen another soul for weeks. It's just us and the ship alone in the darkness. You know what it is?
It went completely doolally.
Doolally? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, doolally. Went completely doolally. Went nuts.
Alright, that's the first I've heard that. I'm scared. Help me, someone. I can't bear another jump. The lights in witch space are coming for me. The lights. Always the lights. They're calling to me. A siren song. I must join them.
Oh my.
That's pretty dark. Automated telemetry report. Canopy blast bolts activated. Life support malfunction. Crew vital signs terminated. Ship systems engaging standby mode. Distress beacon activated. That's my best computer voice. Can I board ship?
So when these guys went out there,
yes.
So what is that? So that's 3270. We've only had our friendship drives for like a couple of 100 years.
Yeah, so they were doing it like old school wise. They were just doing like normal hyperspace.
So Turgeon's here. He'll know.
Hey, Turgeon. Yeah, so they were making jumps.
Yeah, that was jump drives, wasn't it? That was old school jump drives.
Oh, hey, Turgeon. You're following now. Oh, that's fine, dude. Not a big deal. Next site. Check out these guys. I'll go.
So 6 months to travel out there using the old jump system. That
yeah, and that's why things were getting longer and longer, just because like the stars were getting thinner.
Yeah, they can't plot a route. It's not like us now with our 20,000 light year jump plotting systems that we got.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to the beta site next, actually. So I'll just put this in here. Go in order. So that's the beta site. Does that take you that long to plot a 17 light jump, and it actually spun the wheel for a second.
Plout a route?
Yeah,
Plouting?
getting tongue-tied.
What's plouting?
Plotting.
Is that plotting, but you're really grumpy about it? So
yeah,
you pout while
you're pouting while you're plotting. Yes, it's plotting. Yeah, later British writers confirmed. Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to have to duck out.
Alright, man.
So I might be back a little bit later on. So I'll see if you're still streaming, and then
I don't know if I'm gonna stream all the way back to the core. It's only 3 o'clock, but I might call it after I'm done with the lore and just raid someone, pass it on.
Okay. Well, if I don't see you for the rest of the evening, you have a good stream and have fun. I'll say goodnight to everybody as well, and so I'll see you guys later on.
All right. Have fun at your meeting.
Yeah, they're always fun, aren't they? Over. Alright,
so I'm gonna go to this place. And oh, that's actually not that far away. That's convenient. So I'll get these coordinates here, minus 2306 minus 174.87. All right. Head up that way. There we go. From the wiki by the 20. Okay, so it actually hasn't been that long since we've had frameshift drive. And what were these dated? Okay, so this wasn't... So they were just working on frameshift drive at this point. That's interesting. It's very interesting. What was the word I was getting hung up on? Is it on number 3? Is it 4? Yeah, Doolally. I think is that how Scord pronounced it? D-O-L-L-A-L-L-Y. Doolally. Definitely not one I was familiar with. Alright, we'll get going to this spot right here. So 23, it's 174, both negative. Not sure which way it's turning, so I'm not sure the best place to drop in on this one. That was a leap of swag if ever there was one. Okay, so that looks like it could be a pole that's different terrain down there. Unless it's just the new shaders being weird. Alright, so we're in the negatives. Longitude, we need to get the latitude negative. So we'll keep going south here. I'll set up here nice. Negative 174, so I need to be going west. Maybe if we link up the hex edit med from the other logs, that would be a thing. So how small is this planet? How fast am I going through the degrees here? I'm going through the degrees fairly fast, so I think I should drop in right about now. I think I can glide it. And maybe not, maybe a little bit further, Yeah, I think I can stretch the glide from here. Need to go a little bit to the south of west. All right, about 16 more degrees to go. Go a little bit this way. So I'm almost there on latitude. About 8 more degrees longitude to go. There we go. Okay, latitude's good. Longitude, gotta dip it down here. Don't go too far though, still gotta keep going. I'm getting a little close, I should have stretched it longer. Okay, this should be good. Hey, there it is, perfect. Hey, I think I'd done that once or twice before. And then don't boost at the ground, because that's had bad results for me.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, dude. I've practiced that a lot.
Low gravity warning. Handbrake is on.
That eagle's probably appropriate, but I'm not an eagle. Alright, where are we going here?
Cargo scoop deployed.
Don't know if this place is going to have the materials like dabs. Wait, is that a... That's a data point. Look at that sky. Almost drove right by that.
Incoming message. Handbrake is on.
What'd I get? I hear something in the background. It's like a loudspeaker. I know they have like an automated mesh that plays at dabs. It was too quiet, I couldn't really pick it out, but it's so saying. It's either that or I'm hearing the voices in my head, which I hope that's not a thing. There's one over there. Nope. There's one over here somewhere. Hey, there it is. Yeah, I'll say so. I'm not going crazy then, Sam. 2 more to grab. Where is you, comms? You're not there. Did I not grab that one? I guess I didn't grab that one.
Handbrake is on.
One more. Where are you at? Probably over here. There it is. Head back to the ship. We got the beta mission log. Been traveling for weeks. Past this amazing twin nebula just recently. About the only interesting thing in sight on this whole trip. We're a long way out now. I don't think anyone else has been this far. Still, pay's good. Pay better been good. Stars have thinned out and we're started dropping our cargo. Looks like some kind of long-range beacon to me. It's all hush-hush. No questions asked stuff. Heard some of the senior bods talking about the Dynasty project. Careless talk and all that. Nothing prepared me for the boredom. It's very dark out here. Really dark. Darker than normal space. There's hardly any stars ahead of us. It's just blackness. The void. Picked up some kind of signal yesterday, and it looks like the crew weren't expecting it. Got them proper rattled. There's definitely something very strange about this area of space. I won't be sad to turn around and head home. Last batch of cargo due today, but the hyperdrive has malfunctioned. We tried jumping and got yanked straight back out, so we're stuck here. Randomius knows where. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. We can't fix it. Hyperdrive is dead. Luckily, we're in a system with a habitable world, and we sent a distress call, but who knows if anyone else will hear it. We're going to abandon ship. If anyone finds this, we're in automated telemetry port power failure. Of course. Hashtag sabotage. Hashtag put on your tinfoil hats. But like legit, there's a conspiracy going on. Going to the Gamma site now. I have to hop back up and go over here.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
That's happening. I can get my coordinates. Okay, so it's planet 3. So I got the next set of stuff. Well, I would assume that, you know, based on what happened to the Zura, there was like intentional sabotage. It was like a remotely timed thing, or the hex edit drug kicked in, and one of the engineers sabotaged it. That's most likely what happened. System targeted. Yeah, let's do that. Yep, that's the right one. I thought I could just like manually target it and do it that way, but I guess it didn't like that for some reason. Like target it without plotting.
4, 3, 2, 1, fuel scooping.
Oh my god. We know whose side Terran Core's on. Alright, planet 3. That's not planet 3. That's planet 3. Yeah, well, I mean, that's like, yeah, as far as the frameshift drive goes, I mean, we're just trying to get away from alien-occupied space. And, like, hope that they don't come out here. That's kind of the idea. But my money's on something that's worse than the Thargoids. I think we're gonna wake up the Guardians, and the AI is gonna come coming for us. That's one thing I think will happen. Either that, or just something worse than either. And the bubble's gonna get destroyed. That's why we have engineers in Colonia now. And then we have a bunch of candidates for a new bubble out here in the Rift, but like, who gives a chainsaw about the Rift? There's like nothing out here. I mean, there are some good planets, but it's like, it's pretty far away from the core. And does everyone really want to move out here when we have Colonia? But why not both? Yeah, I think that'll be a thing coming up, Darren. We've already found the fighters. It's only a matter of time before we can, we found the stuff to be able to cobble together the fighters. But yeah, we'll see. Another loop of swag. There we go. Countdown timer's doing the thing I want it to do. Oh, as far as like module sizes, it's 5, 6, and 7, I think, for optional internals. 5 is a single hangar, 6 fighters, and then 6 is 2 hangar, 16 fighters, and then the 7 is 2 hangar. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure actually. I know there's 5, 6, and 7. I've only ever fitted a 7. I think it gives you like 16 of each fighter. Oh, you mean like different, like different fighter models? Oh yeah, the code name. You're right. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Like GU7, GU8, or whatever the designator is before the number. But I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean they could have just been like the prototypes that actually worked. Because that's kind of how they do naming. Like prototype planes are going to be like an X, and you might start the numbering at a different number. So I don't know. We'll see, though. That's what I'm kind of thinking, Sam. It might be related to that, or or we just moved too far into the Goids territory, and they're just like, "Hey, yo, get out of our backyard, dude." Be like, "Get off my lawn!" Like that type of deal. That could be a thing. But we don't know, and we weren't really given an option to try to figure that out in the game, so yeah. What are you gonna do? We pew pew and go from there. Alright, so let's go 09 or 0. I think that's gonna be the quickest way. Uh-oh. 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 Hold up here. Technical difficulties. I hope my X-52 just didn't shit the bed right there. Okay. We good? We good? It's like the lights flashed and it like disconnected for a second when it came in. Everything was like I was in the middle of yawing, and so it messed up the 0, the neutral position. I might have to be doing some work on this baby at some point soon. My guess. It's about time for this stick to break. But I have an extra one from my warranty replacement, and I'm thinking about taking the board and stuff out of that stick, or taking the board out of this stick and putting it in the other stick if it still works. I have to get creative, cobble some things together. so now we're good on latitude, and let's go for longitude. So we're looking for negative 76 and 17.8, so a little bit, gotta go a little bit this way. I'm gonna start getting a little lower altitude while I'm doing this as well. Okay, about 50 degrees to go. Actually, no, about 40 degrees to go now. So those engines strain. This is kind of a big planet, so I think I'm going to go a little bit further before I dive in. Alright, so I'm about 10 degrees off here. Dive it in. Don't overspeed. I'm hoping this isn't going to be too bad here. Looking for about 76 for longitude. I might have dropped too early. I think I dropped too early. This is a much bigger planet than the other one. That's the problem. Yep, couldn't quite stretch it. Dang it. Should have known, should have checked the planetary radius. This could be fixed though. It's a bigger planet than the other one. That's the problem. So each degree takes longer to tick by. Each degree represents more distance. So yeah, pretty easy fix though. Alright, take it easy, player. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. So now the fix is just to do this guy. Because gravity. They're struggling because it's like a lot of gravitational force to deal with. Alright, this should be pretty close. I'm still gonna miss it. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Flight assist off.
Oh, I gotta remember vertical thrusters are a thing when I'm coasting. I like doing flight assist off for coasting in like this because I don't have to keep hitting boost to maintain a decent speed. Yeah, this is definitely bigger than I expected, and that's what's throwing me off. But we're not too far away, so... start descending here. Should be right below us. I think that looks like a thing right below us. Just gotta be very careful coming down. This is typically not the recommended way to do it, but this is the way I'm doing it. It's very shaky because of the gravity. I like how they're like forming a perfect circle around it, the NPCs. Gotta use them up-down thrusters that are more effective. For some odd reason. I'll just slide in here nice.
Landing gear deployed.
Close that up too. Not really using music anymore.
Low gravity warning. Handbrake is on. Cargo scoop deployed.
Oops. Oh, come on. There you go. I don't know if that one just deserves an eagle. I don't know if that one does. That was a pretty tame landing. Nothing fancy there. Fairly sloppy. That last one though, that was legit. That was well planned and well executed. Pick up some good things while I'm here. Okay, I got that one. A little slidey on this surface here. Like it feels like the last planet had more grip, but it was just weird. There's one right here. Why is it not? Or is that? Not, no, that's not a comms uplink. There's a comms uplink. Okay. How many comms do we have over here? Yeah, we got 6 comms. Same as the other ones. That one I've scanned already. Yeah, I got that one. Okay. Is that what it is? I think that's... No, that's not. Okay. So I'm missing one. There's one there, one there, one there. There might be one over here. Where we got comms link? I don't think it's that one. Oh, it is this one. There it is. That's 6. Former Rift Gamma mission. Looks like I drew a short straw somewhere along the line. These long-range missions pay well. but it's a year out in the void. A year! We're out far beyond the frontier. The boys call this place the Formidine Rift. Apparently that means terror in some old Earth language. Nice. Just looks like more space to me. Finally arrived in place after 5 months of hyperspace travel. Now we have 2 months of laying a bunch of beacons before another 5 months of travel back home. At least they'll have enough credits to retire by then. Supposedly there are a bunch of other ships out here doing the same job as us, but no comms allowed. All a bit strange. It's vast and lonely out here. Pretty much the whole galaxy's behind us. It's getting to some of the crew. We picked up some kind of bizarre signal yesterday. Whatever it wasn't human. At least that's the scuttlebutt going around to the decks. Everyone is looking out the canopies now. We're seeing some strange lights during hyperspace transits. Terror? Yeah, we got some of that. That might be Thargoids, actually. That might be Thargoids. More strange lights. We've got equipment malfunctions, scanners dropping in and out, systems resetting. Ship is limping on. Everyone wants to turn about. But if we don't complete the mission, we don't get paid. No one wants to give up those credits either. You expect to turn around and see. See what? We're done and we're heading home. We picked up some heat signatures in the last system. Definitely something there, and it wasn't very any profile I'd seen before. Something was watching us. There's something evil out here, and it doesn't like company. Spooky scary. Maybe Thargoids. Not even close. It is. It's a little slidey on this surface, for sure. Alright, last one. Last site. Really, it takes that long to plot. There isn't very many stars out here, so that is a thing. Alright, so we're going to this place via which space? Yeah, maybe it was too early for the drugs when they last did that log. Because I'm pretty sure no one made it back from out the stuff they did out here.
4, 3, 2,
1. Ugh. More meetings, more better, I guess. I don't know.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we're going to Planet 6 and 2127 1906 for coordinates. Pick up a little fuel here. Yeah, well, that's pretty obvious. That's the only one that's landable, looks like.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, let me know which ones. I'll wait for you to get back, Sam. I'll take a heading towards the bubble. I'll stay on until you get back. I can reread them for you. Oh, just the last site. Okay, yep. I will do that. Or maybe I'll just hang on to him until you get back. Hopefully this place isn't super high G. I don't think it's gonna be. Didn't look very big on the system map. Yeah, me too, Taryn. Me too. I don't got work till later today, so. And even then, I typically don't have many meetings. Let's take a look at this guy. Let me see the stats on it before I go land. Ooh, it's a little higher G. So, oh, you are? You just got like a window open. Window open in the background. Alright, so this one I gotta be very careful about. Gonna take a much shallower descent angle because I want to be very careful because I have a lot of exploration data. And I don't want to pull what I did 2 Sundays ago and blow myself up being a dum-dum, because no one likes that. Oh wait, does this have volcanism or no? I didn't check to see if it had volcanism. It's got volcanism. Ooh, you know what we could do? Fastest way to get a python? Go do passenger missions in Robigo. I heard that's what all the cool kids are doing nowadays. At least that's what I heard. What's up, White Flare? Like I could get a python when I get back with this exploration data. I got a decent bank account. I'd have enough to afford a python, I think, with what exploration data I've gathered out here. I don't mind doing passenger missions. I made my 4 billions on my main account doing some long-range passenger missions, which I actually kind of like. But I'm one of those weirdos that actually likes that stuff. Wait, which way do you need to go? Yeah, this is good. This is good. Go this way. Yeah, cargo's cool too. I like picking up cargo missions, doing the freight dog life. Yeah, I haven't done them yet. I haven't done the Robigo things yet, but I might give it a try. If I don't find any, I'm looking for another like long-range passenger spot near Hilla, so I can be like hanging out near where the Ploid's at. So that way I can just kind of dip back and forth when I need to, and then not mess up RPGS at the same time. Okay. Maybe I'll head out to Southus then, if I need to. Alright, so we're almost there, and then we're going to need to turn north. This is another big planet, so I'm going to want to get within 10 degrees before I drop out. Go this way for a minute. So I'm looking for 21, 27, and 1906. So now I'm pretty good on the latitude. Now I'm just waiting for the longitude to come around. Just making small adjustments around that 270 to fine tune it, stay on course. And also on a big planet like this, the accuracy and the coordinates is actually a little bit more important. Because the further distance those coordinates represent, the further away you're going to be when you're even off by just a tenth or a hundredth. So 1906. It's about 10 degrees to go. I'm going pretty dang fast, so I'm going to want to get within about 5 degrees, I bet. And I'm not even sure that's going to be close enough, honestly. Alright, let's start dropping down. Because I do want to come in fairly shallow, so I don't mind cruising along the ground for a bit. I think of the Brunel hub before. I think I did that at one point. That name sounds familiar. Is that out by South of Cios? That's in Cios. Okay, gotcha. I think I've done missions out of there. I think I went out there to get Fed rank at one point. I don't mind driving people around. Yep, I don't know if this is going to be close enough. I might have to hoof it a little bit in sublight. Or I'm sublight right now, but you know what I mean. Not glide mode. This ain't gonna be enough. Oh, who dat? White Flare, welcome to the club. Thanks for following. Ooh, actually, I did okay. I've still got a little bit to go. Should have gotten closer. But this is fine because I can descend nice and smooth because it's pretty high G here. I'm gonna go flight assist on for sure, just in case. It'll make it a little easier. Just kind of go like that. Okay. How long does a run take? And does that include board flipping time? Some nice mountains out here. Oh, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. I'll have to go check that out at some point. You're using Python? 'Cause I'm guessing is it medium pad only? I forget what Bruno Hub is. If it's a Coriolis or if it's an outpost. Or maybe it's the destination that was the outpost. That seems to be ringing a bell with me. Oh, 10-15 minutes. Okay, gotcha. That's pretty good. Okay, is it around this mountain? Am I doing the thing right? I think I might have drifted a bit. Still got a nice mountain here. That's cool. Is that it out there? Or no? No, it's probably too close. I still got a ways to go. Let's see here. Yeah, that's not it. That's just like a... That's like a little valley. Man, I should have waited a lot longer before dropping down. Oh, Wayflare, funnily enough you're my 69th follower. I think it's one of these. And nice of you. I probably should have gone back up into orbit. I think it's too close now. It'd be like right from this point, it'd be about the same amount of time to go back up and come down, I think. 'Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. We are going out and visiting the Project Dynasty sites. It's a lore-related thing. So there's some logs to read out here. You'll be able to hear them once we get there. Yeah, you should wait till a sale or something if you're low on the munds. But yeah, Horizons is definitely worth for sure. I mean, you get to do cool stuff like this, like hang out on planets. Yep, Terran Core is correct. There's so much to do that involves Horizons. It's too bad I'm not in my Eagle. I'd be going about twice as fast. More scenic view. We're getting close. Let me go back this way slightly. Start descending here. There's ships. There's the place. There you go. That's pretty good. Solid landing right there.
Handbrake is on.
Let's see if I could skip that guy, but whatever.
Cargo scoop deployed.
There's 3, should be 3 more. No commodities or materials at this site though. Kind of disappointing. It's always nice to be able to pick up some of those while you're at it. Oh, we're here. We're here, Tant. We made it. I got them logs. Oh. Not gonna be able to get in that way. Excuse me, engine nozzle there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I have an idea though. I gotta take a quick break. I'll be right back. I have an idea of a thing to do before I go reading these. It'll be neat if you haven't seen it, and if it works. What I'm doing is going to the Project Dynasty sites and reading the logs, and I can re-explain what Project Dynasty is when I get back. Alright, so Project Dynasty was a thing organized by I think it's the club, or the people that organized it, like a little shady group. And it was designed to like make these little areas where you could like seed planets and stuff that were like get them ready for humans to evacuate to, basically, in the event of you know, Thargoids or whoever coming in and mucking stuff up. So they sent these ships out here on basically a one-way mission because they didn't want anyone to return and know that the stuff was out here. So they like sabotaged the ships so that once the mission was complete, the ships would like reactor would break, the hyperdrive would break, and then the crews would be stranded out here and no one would know what happened to them. You were just in time, Sam, because I was gonna go ahead and read these. And I was thinking maybe I could try to do some volcanism, because we got iron magma on here. That's the thing. We got iron magma. So see, this says iron magma. Are there any? Are there any canyons? There's lots of ejecta craters, but not many canyons. So I'm going to say this is maybe not a candidate for finding the thing I'm looking for. But I mean, there's an ejecta crater right there we could head to, or like this one, or this one. But we'll see. Alright, so we got some logs here. We're the Formidine Rift Delta mission. I should have paid a bit more attention to the mission description. I just saw the credit count and signed up there and then. More money than I've ever earned, all in one go. Just for taking a year out. What's a poor girl got to do? A bit of a jaunt into the void? How bad could it be? I didn't read the bit about the several thousand light years. Never even been past Leetsea before. Get rich quick scheme. Let's go. It's pretty out here. We've seen a gorgeous double nebula called the Heart and Soul. I've been there. You should see it. Lots of bright blue stars nearby. Wish we could divert to have a closer look. But our mission is beyond, apparently. Really brings back how big the galaxy is. Makes you feel real small and insignificant. My job is the EVA. Taking out one of our two Sidewinders and dropping beacons out in the void, and then making sure they're activated. Not sure what these things are for. Who needs a beacon this far out anyway? Weird. They all have this code in their BIOS. Exodus. Still, at least now I have something to do. The journey was so dull. Once I traveled to get out here. Something weird happened today. Uploaded another beacon and set it up. Or unloaded another beacon. Then everything went offline. And I mean everything. Life support too. No comms, nothing. Stayed that way for about 2 minutes. Then everything was back to normal. Affected our support ship too. No idea what caused it. Going to need new underwear when I get back. Rumors are there's something odd about this area of space. Maybe Thargoids. Oh my god, someone help me. Where are they? Please. This can't be happening. I've had time to accept it now. I went out as normal with one of the beacons, set it up, had that weird power loss again. I waited and all came back online like before. Signaled my support ship, no response. Flew back and it was gone. Just debris. No survivors. I don't know what happened. It's just me and this crappy old Sidewinder a zillion miles from home. Should have known it wasn't going to work out. If it's too good to be true. There's an Earth-like world here. Gonna try to reach it. You never know. So all the missions met a similar fate to that. Yeah. Do you want to hear the Zura logs, Tant? Because they're actually voice acted, and they can do a lot better than me than reading it, because I'm not really a voice actor. If you're interested, there's 7 of them I can play. Alright. For the latecomers.
We managed to overpower the invaders, but not before they took out the main reactor. We're dead, in space, with 20 minutes of life support left. Didn't get nothing out of them before they died, but clearly it was all planned. They took a drug which killed them. Doc says it's named Hex-Edit. First it kills your memories, then it kills you. Neat and tidy. So, we're dead. Just waiting for the end. This will be the last log from the Zurara. Some of the crew have already killed themselves. Others are praying to whatever deity they believe might help them. A few are drinking themselves into oblivion. I don't know what'll get us first. The lack of oxygen or the cold. Battery power's about to die.
They did all this to, like... It gets explained in the logs. I'll let the logs play, and then you'll be able to see it. Or hear it, anyway.
Me? I'm leaving this log. This far out, I doubt anyone will ever hear it, but... well, what the hell? We all signed up for the promise of big payouts. A year of your life in exchange for enough to retire on. I guess I should have looked closer at it. But you would have probably done the same, right? No need to work again. What's clear now is whoever was behind this mission never intended for any of us to come back. Damn, it's cold in here now. The folks managing the cargo, jeez, they were all psychos. The moment we completed the mission, they just snapped. Killed the ship and killed themselves. Some kind of mental conditioning, Doc said. We tried to get word out to the other vessels when we found out. We got a signal out, but I don't know if anyone received it. It'll probably freak them out. I don't think they know we're here. We dropped a series of beacons out here, all targeted around Earth-like terraformable worlds. We prepped some of the terraform candidates with CETAs and biofilters. No one can figure out why it was necessary, but that was the mission. Just as we were turning back, boom, those cargo handlers went nuts. So, that's it. We don't even know why we've been killed. But someone out there knows. Someone out there has blood on their hands, a lot of it. If you figure it out, you give them a message from us. You know what I mean? Funny. We were told there was something bad out here. That was haunted by ghosts. I just never figured it'd be us doing the haunting.
And then there's the additional logs.
So, this is what they were hiding. I'm leaving the old logs for reference. I might need to come back this way again and re-educate myself. Chances are my memory will get zapped again. If I don't make it, I'll have to leave clues for others to follow. So, if you're reading this and you're not me, here's the deal. Found this ship. It took me years. This is the evidence. Nothing inside but void frozen cadavers, perfectly preserved, some with drinks still in their hands. But the log, They sent these poor souls out here because they needed waypoints, all prepped for every eventuality. 3 different zones, it would seem. There's a conspiracy. Guess you figured that out already, but it goes way up, way beyond the Feds, the Imps, and the Alliance. Something is coming. Don't know what it is, but it's bad, and it's all being hidden. All this weird stuff far out in the void. It's some kind of contingency plan. The answer to why and who is back in the core, not out here. That's where I'm going next. Wish me luck.
So, probably Thargoids. Contingency plan in case humanity started getting wiped out big time. So there's this set of bases, and then there's also ones around Hawkins Gap, which I can pull that up on the galaxy map real quick. I haven't been to these other sites. That's actually the first time I went to those sites too. Yeah, kind of like that. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily doomed as long as the beacons are still out there, but that's another set of sites out there. You know, all pretty far away from the bubble. And right out here, another set around this area. So they knew what was happening. Yeah, White Flare. It's really not too. Yeah, all this can be jumped to. The Form 9 Rift right out here, to get from like where I am to here, and I actually was able to take a beeline because I have a pretty good jump range. But there's not many stars around here. Yeah, for sure. It's like the lore, you very much have to go looking for it. And that was kind of the whole reason to come out here. It's like, I need to do the 5,000 light years for Professor Palin. I did the same thing for my main account to accomplish that. And so I figured I'd just do the same thing, because I actually hadn't been to these sites before. The sites I just visited on this stream. And then you got the Heart and Soul Nebula. They're pretty cool. I've been to there. But yeah. There's lots of undiscovered stuff out here. I think this is the nebula that I was thinking about earlier. It's got like a bunch of stars. That might not be it, actually. What kind of star is that, though? Yeah, it's I mean, the main thing, dude, is like, you know, you can do Road to Riches, you can do whatever, but like, look around the galaxy map, see like, hey, this spot looks interesting, or maybe there's something that's already known that looks interesting, and then you can figure out other stuff along the way. Like, I originally on my main, I went out to go here. I went to go to the Zura. But on the way, I hit up the Heart and Soul Nebula, and then the Bubble Nebula was nearby too. I think it's right here. I think this is the Bubble. Yep, there's the Bubble Nebula. So I hit that place on the way back. That was fun. Yes, I do. There's actually a wiki, so I mean, this would probably do a better job of explaining the whole lore behind it. So there you go. There's the wiki that I was using to get the coordinates. So yeah, you know, if you want to go exploring, like find something you want to go check out, and let's go check it out. And it's usually a pretty good time. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for streaming today, because I've been going for like almost 4 hours, and I need to go do something else maybe. Although I might just keep jumping back to the bubble because I gotta get there before Thursday. Yeah, man. Dude, white flare, you could just go, once you start getting like 1,000, 2,000 light years away from the bubble, head off in about any direction, you'll start finding systems. Like, just going to this system right here last night, which was one that on my first trip I'd actually tagged this. See, it's got Tato Chip there, that's my main account. And for some reason, I didn't tag anything else in this system. Why? I'm not sure. So I went out here, and I had this system bookmarked. And there was a water world there. And I'm like, why didn't I go fly out to that water world? Who knows? Maybe I was not just not feeling it that day. Maybe it's because the water world was 280,000 light seconds away, but it doesn't take that long to get there, really. So yeah, just like I'd find some place that you think might be interesting and just go for it. But for now, let's see if we got any other elite streamers going, because we got a pretty nice party. See if we got any other guys. Whoop! I don't want to watch Pokemon right now. Let's see. Let me look for elite. DJ streaming, Colo streaming, but let's see if we can find someone else who looks like I might know them. Unless you guys got some any suggestions of people to raid. You think so? I mean, she doesn't really need the viewers though, but let's see here. If I can't think of anyone else that looks interesting, then I'll go for a couple of them. I'm trying to look for people that I've seen before. Is he? Ooh, I know someone I've seen. I know this name. We're gonna go. I haven't really watched any of his streams though, so we'll go see what he's up to. So let's get your raid messages ready. It's usually I have not heard anything on Rexless Sam. This is my typical raid message, followed by whatever emotes you got. That's typically what I'm gonna type, and then put whatever emotes that you want after it. All right. All right, here we go. We're rating Canadian. Hashtag chips. Alright, here we go. Bye, guys.